harsh too, the landing. Oh, Scotty. I didn't see that hard, dude. Hi, everyone. We're here at Scotty's farm. He's been gracious enough to invite us to try out the Rivian and the Cybertruck on his awesome trails. Now, Scotty, you and I have been friends for a long time. We go way back to the 240 days.
OG.
Getting into a bit of trouble, maybe. And you've recently gotten the Model 3.
Yeah.
It's got a bunch of Mountain Pass bits on it, which is cool.
Super party car.
But you've been playing the off-road scene for a long time, and you got a pretty crazy place here. You guys will see well, Scotty just took us for a drive, and I was fearing for my life quite a bit, as was Jesse.
Yep.
And you've got a Raptor, which is pretty decked out. There's a GX 470.
Yep, 470 with triple bypass. We got YXZ 1000. Bunch of things to play on.
It's so cool here. So it's really like just this playground for older kids. And so we're going to see how the Rivian and Cybertruck do compared to some really well set up vehicles that you already have. So you'll be able to see how these things feel in their stock form as well. And I'm pretty excited about it.
Should be a good time, Sash.
Let's do it.
Party on.
That trough, so I'll be on the inside and you can send it.
The inside of the off-camber one?
I'll just tuck on the inside apex.
Okay, just leave yourself some space because I cut in a bit early by accident that last time.
I'll be all good, don't worry, man.
Copy. So it's going to be interesting going to the Rivian with so much more steering needed. This one's cool because a little bit of steering gives you so much input. It's like being in a little, I don't want to say formula car, but you know, like a really quick ratio rally car rack or something. And you can also feel the vehicle's really limiting the wheel spin, so it's kind of trying to give you just the amount of wheel spin you want. That was a big one. So Scotty, that was the Cybertruck.
That was pretty wild, Sash. I got to be honest with you. I was not expecting that out of a big truck like that.
Better than I thought it would as well. It, what did you go through in the Raptor? 60-ish kilometers an hour?
60, 62, somewhere around there.
And that's the factory suspension on the Raptor.
Bone stock factory. But it's got internal bypass, 3-inch coilovers.
Right.
That's a bone stock Cybertruck.
Yeah,
it
was pretty good.
Pretty
We did
impressive.
bottom it. We did lose one little aero shield on the back there, but
No noises. It didn't look like it bucked or anything like that.
the thing that was really impressive to me was the rear steering and the Baja mode, the amount of regen you get on the rear axle, and you could just kind of give it these Scandinavian flicks. Yeah, we lost this guy here, so hopefully that just goes back on. There's some quits that look a bit broken.
From the outside, it
Did it
looked
get run
crazy,
over?
Sash.
Well, it could have gotten run over. Yeah, hopefully it didn't. But yeah, I'm quite impressed with the Cybertruck. I didn't think it was going to rotate like that, and I didn't think it was going to land that smoothly. So
From the outside, as soon as you landed, you could see the truck just rotate instantly. It looked like a rally car almost.
yeah,
None of my vehicles without torque vectoring or rear steer can do anything like that. It was like, it looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it's a long wheelbase vehicle, so you'd expect it to not be able to do that. So.
You could see it just instantly rotate into the corner. It was unbelievable.
And it feels like, I didn't look, but it feels like in Baja mode, it gives you a lot more rear steering than in the normal modes. Just driving slowly around here, when I turned, it really felt like it just pivoted more than normal. So I don't know if they give me even more of that. But we did overload the motor coming to the one, what do you call it? The off camber fast.
Like the little whoop off camber, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm guessing that was an electrical motor limit where it was just like, nope, you know, we're digging into the rut or whatever, and if you don't like that, we're shutting the system down. So I think if you were going any more hardcore than this, that would be a limiting factor that Felsons and Grips.
Sounds like you found the limit, Sash. That's your style.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So tuning to do.
Yep. Rivian time. Okay guys, so the problem with the Rivian really is that it just gives me absolutely no power once I'm sideways. So it lets me spin the tires before I'm sideways and keep them spinning in the light slide. But when I huck it in on entry and go to throttle, it's as if the truck's off. There's zero torque.
That's crazy. So it fully shuts it down, eh?
Yeah, I think it just figures you're totally out of control and it's trying to protect the driver at that point, whereas the Cybertruck was just letting it party kind of no matter what.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I can huck it in and get it into a decent slide, but then I can't keep it going.
I'll be at the corner. Right as
Copy that. So like there, it gives me a bit because I wasn't already sliding. That's nice, right? That's not bad. But it's because I started it on the power before I was sideways. So as we'll see now, if I kick it sideways on this corner, as soon as I get onto the power, it doesn't give me anything. So I'm flooring it now and nothing. There's no power, nothing. I'm slowing down and I'm flooring it. So I'm sideways, I'm flooring it, nothing's happening. So that's really the difference. It's not fun when you can't carry that nice slide through.
Yeah, you can really see it from over here, right? It just shuts it right off.
Yeah, exactly. I was just explaining that to the camera. It's like, I just want the power, man. And that's in drift mode. I'm guessing that's the most free mode. Stability's off. I don't think there's anything else I can change. Now on the jump side of things, it did feel good, so I'll give it a couple more kilometers an hour.
10-4 on that. I thought it jumped pretty good, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think it probably does land better than the Cybertruck. What does it look like from the outside?
Yeah, it's landing better, it's absorbing the initial impact better, and it's not hitting any bodywork.
Right, and how about the back? It doesn't feel to me like the back is slapping as hard.
No, it definitely doesn't.
Okay, I'll give it a couple more kilometers an hour. There's not much more I can go to that because I can't get it turned before the trees.
Sounded like maybe you hit that threshold, Sash.
Yeah, I think that is good. Yeah, that was the limit. I don't know what he hit there. Well, Scotty, you were watching from the outside there.
I was impressed. I was a little bit skeptical at the start, to be honest with you, but it did a lot better in the air than I thought it would.
Right.
You could clearly see that the traction control was cut in a little bit on those corners.
Yeah, that's the tease, the buzzkill, man. It's like I get a good kind of floating entry. That feels all nice. Car's got some slip, and then the pedals basically just, it's connected to nothing.
From the outside, you could really see her fighting with it quite a bit, and it looked like not as much of a party. The Cybertruck actually looked like a lot of fun.
Honestly, the Cybertruck, I was expecting it to be fully the Rivian would dominate this, and the Cybertruck was just better at everything. Except for jumping, maybe. I think the Rivian was probably better at jumping.
Maybe a bit.
It has more ground clearance.
Yep.
But in terms of the sliding and kind of that rally or Baja type hustling and then sliding around, the Cybertruck was so fun. And the quick electric steering, just make these tiny corrections, and you could really feel like you are in control of the car.
It looked like you could dance with it.
Exactly.
You could see you would come in and
really
just huck it in, and you could see the rear steer really like pull the back end around.
Right.
It looked like a good time. This looked more sort of
traditional truck.
traditional, yeah.
You're always trying to get around the understeer.
Exactly.
An understeer. I think the Cybertruck had a lot of tuning it felt like it had a lot of rear axle regen, which would really help it rotate. The Rivian, it tells you the torque, but to be honest, I wasn't even looking at the screen, but it felt very 1-to-1, 50-50. Even torque, and you'd always get front slip initially. So it was always hard to get it to go. And if you were already sideways when you went for power, it was just off. Gave you nothing.
I could see you really threw it into the corner, and it just shut it
But
right
the
off.
more I would throw it, the less power I would get. The best ones were when I just gave it kind of a more gentle entry, and then you'd get some power. So yeah, it's cool, but the Cybertruck was super fun. It felt like a toy, and the Rivian felt like it was just trying to keep you safe.
When I looked at the Cybertruck from the outside, to me, it looked like maybe with a couple of mods on this could be a really fun off-road truck.
Yeah.
Especially at high speed. It looked like a party, to be honest.
Well, let's try the Rivian and the Cybertruck through those, what do you call them, the whoops?
The little whoops. Let's see how she does.
That's not so much about sliding, it's more about just body control.
Yep.
And you said that the Cybertruck looked like it had more rear rebound and more control.
It seems like a little more rebound damping in the rear to me from the outside.
Yeah.
Let's see how they do.
I got to see the video as well. I'm interested to see how they both came off the landing. But yeah, let's do it.
Party on.
Well, Scotty, that was really fun. Thank you very much for having us at your awesome place.
Problem, Sash.
So what do you think?
I got to be honest, Sash, when you rolled up today with the Rivian and the Cybertruck, I wasn't too sure you were going to go home with either of those two in one piece.
You know how we like to roll.
I know you like to party, Sash, and I thought the Cybertruck was going to get beat up a little bit.
Yeah, me too.
I'm shocked at the Cybertruck.
It ended up being the better vehicle. Like, other than losing these guys, it was the most fun.
Absolutely. No
The
doubt
Raptor
about it.
sounds the best, but other than that, the Cybertruck it's like a video game.
It literally feels like a video game rally car. You
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
beat
yeah.
the steering.
Yeah.
The low center of gravity, the battery pack in the corners.
It's just so stable in the air.
On the high-speed whoops, going like 125 through the whoops. On the Raptor, you get this yawing effect from the weight up high, and then the Cybertruck is just up, down, up, down.
Right.
And I was shocked at the suspension. I thought it was going to get bucked and kicked and all over the place. I didn't think you could go 125 on the whoops through there. It was pretty chill for what it is.
Yeah, I never felt like in the Cybertruck that this is the limit. In the jump, we got to the limit, but through the whoops, we were just like, okay, we're just going to stop now. But there wasn't something the car was telling us that it was at the limit.
No.
And the Rivian was okay, but the Rivian was moving around more. The back of the Rivian was sliding around more. And you were driving it through the whoops. I don't think I drove the Rivian through the whoops quickly. Why do you think that was? What was the Rivian doing?
There's something on the Rivian when it hit that one square edge hit, it almost donkey kicked it to the right. And I've not felt that in any other vehicle before. I don't know what it is, whether it's like a spring rate is different in the back or there's a bump stop that it's hitting sooner. I'm not sure what it is, but it definitely donkey kicked a little bit.
Yeah, when I was behind you in the Cybertruck, the Rivian looked very dramatic. It was going like this, dancing, and I was kind of just driving straight with the Cybertruck, making small corrections. So it really looked cool, but the Rivian looked like it was kind of at its limit.
I would say the Rivian was at its limit. I'd say on the big G-out bottom outs, the Rivian definitely has a much sooner limit than the Tesla with Raptor. But I was impressed with the Rivian. I thought this one was going to have the most problems.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to be honest, after when I first saw it, I thought, it seems like more of a street truck.
Yes.
It takes the high speed and low speed sections really well. I think the biggest downfall of the Rivian is mainly just the turn in on the throttle. It's a little bit too arcadish. It doesn't feel like you can actually defeat the power cut.
Well, that's the problem is you have to really, more like a traditional truck, you have to really dance it on the front tires to get it to rotate. And then once you are in a big slide, it turns off the power. So it just kills the fun, unfortunately.
It feels like you're constantly fighting it. You have to do weird things like tap the brakes to get it to turn in and play
Yeah,
games
the
with
electronics are doing too much. Whereas the Cybertruck is more just giving you 30 or 40 kilometers an hour of slip. It'll let you spin up the tires whenever you want, pretty much. And it gives you that rear bias, which is nice.
The turn in and oversteer on corner exit and corner entry of the Cybertruck is phenomenal.
Yeah, really, really fun.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I was shocked. If somebody would have said to me a Cybertruck is fun off road for going fast, I would never have believed that.
Totally. I couldn't agree more. I would have thought for sure the Rivian was going to be the standout here. And the Cybertruck was just going to be bottoming out and just not working that well. But this new off-road mode and I like you said, we keep saying it again and again, but it's because we're feeling pretty shocked about it.
I'm pretty blown away. I mean, I've had a Gen 1, 2, 3 Raptor. I wager it's better through the whoops than that. I mean, it may not be better in a desert situation with consecutive big whoops, but on these high-speed G-outs, the suspension worked really well, and it has really good rebound damping for a stock vehicle.
Yeah.
It's very impressive. I think it was evident on the jumps, whereas the Rivian bucked quite a bit more on the landing. Cybertruck was pretty down and up and flat. It's quite impressive.
Yeah, I have to look through the video myself. I didn't get to see it from the outside. And look at the data. We'll be able to see what the G-forces look like, and we'll probably share that at some point in this video. But yeah, either way, it's good to hear that both trucks exceeded expectations. And I mean, it goes to show these guys put a lot of work in, both Rivian and Tesla, to make them capable off-road vehicles. They both have air suspension, so you can get the starting height higher than you would normally drive with. And the dampers seem to be controlling the body, so it was fun. Thanks again, man.
Anytime, Sash. It's always a good time partying with you, brother.
Thanks, Scotty. See you, man.
Take care.
Guys, thanks very much for watching, and happy to say the vehicles aren't damaged, so we'll be able to do this again. Okay, so we actually were just packing up and noticed we have a little bit of damage on the Cybertruck. This bed cover has come out of the track, so it will not go up. Yikes. Not gonna do that again. Nope, it's really stuck out. Coming down here a little more. There we go. So yeah, Rivian didn't take any damage. The Cybertruck did better, but there's weak links for sure. So interesting.
Yeah, let's see.
Shit. That was a fucking G-out for sure. But we've already lost all the trim, so.
We gotta do some MPP testing, brother.
Man. I am very uncomfortable when you are driving.